The great Alaafin Prince. How was the news broken to you?
Oh, wow. Well, the news first came to me personally through private sources.
Okay.
Private sources close to the very place of His Imperial Majesty's demise. Two or three of them. But the shock of it was too much for me, to be honest. Because only 3 weeks before that his passing, he attended my book launch at the Alaafin Hotel. We chatted. I went back again to present a copy to him of a memo we sent to the Ministry of Power in Abuja that he countersigned for me concerning our 132 kV transmission station. And he said, yes, he will see me, but I should come back. And only for me now to hear that he was going to take a brief rest. When he comes back, I should return to present that document to him, only to hear that he had gone. So you can imagine the shock. And so, yes, the news was broken to me personally, privately, before it became a public commodity. Yes.
What are the process it takes to announce Alaafin demise and traditional rights involved?
Well, what we have written down, that is, we are asking for Oyo tradition now. What's the custom in Oyo? How do they do it?
So the process is take to
well, the normal process is always done first privately. Privately, the Oyomesi, the version will be notified, and they know what steps to take. We cannot go too far into it because it's still a sensitive area. It's an exclusive area to certain chieftains within our custom. But they would do it, they do it properly. And normally, in the olden days, in the past, before the public will know, there were always about at least 5 or 6 days of notifications and purifications that had to take place. And then when they now begin to beat a particular drum, the public will know. That's the way it used to be. Not these days when the news media is everywhere, and before you even sneeze, they already catch your sneezing and they give it every interpretation they like. So in those days, these things were done privately to those who should know, so that they will do what they should do. And only when they have done all that they ought to do, that a drum, a particular drum located within the palace alone, it has a house of its own. That drum now will be beating at night. And you know, Oyo then was not as big. And anybody hearing that drum sound at night, they will know the ground has spoiled. But you know, things have changed. Not only are they changing, but they have changed. And that's why I cannot tell you what used to be as if it should be the way it is today.
Among the princes running for the throne of Alaafin of Oyo, we heard that you are among. What can you say about that?
Yes, I happen to be among the princes nominated by the Ọba Siyanbola Oníkẹ̀pé Adégbóyèga Àkànbí Olàdìgbòlù family, which is a very important part of the Agunlóyè ruling house. We have different branches of the Agunlóyè, but at least one of them is the Oladigbolu, Oladigbolu branch. And that's the branch to which I belong. And it is that branch that has nominated me. I did not nominate myself. Nobody has sponsored me. It is my family that has nominated me. In actual fact, 2 of my own children wanted to be in the contest.
Okay.
Yes. But when the family now nominated me, I had to ask that their names be withdrawn, because of your custom or your tradition, or anybody who has a living father to ascend the throne. And you can check the history and the biography and everywhere you want to check. But I know those things because I grew up in the palace. I am very familiar with the tradition of Oyo. I am supposed to be a teacher of these things, and I've taught the world a lot about Oyo through my opportunities and connections globally. And so I'm supposed to know and teach some things, so I cannot run foul of them. So that's why I advise the 2 to withdraw, since the family has nominated me. I hear some people are saying that some people are sponsoring me so that I will live a short life on the throne and then they can take over immediately. It is it's a stupid way of thinking. It's a godless way of thinking. But then people have a right to think the way they want to think. But yes, I am indeed one of those who are contesting for the kingship, for the Alaafin throne, because I believe I have something to offer that others may not have. And I believe that I know enough from my many years of loving and serving this community to help this community to move in the right direction. But then I'm a believer in God, and the will of God will prevail, because I'm not desperate for anything. God has made me an atobatele in my own spheres, everywhere. And so I'm not hungry for anything. All I'm hungry for is to serve these people better and lift them higher, if God wants me to do it.
Thank you, sir. With due respect, sir, some people say you are too old to contest for Alaafin throne.
I'm not too old to serve. When they need somebody to go to Abuja to ask to request something for them, I'm not too old when they have to raise 7.5 million to help Akesa Market disaster victims. I'm not too old to laboring and going to Oluewu village twice a week just to see that the transmission station project is going on the way it should. I'm not too old to be begging for money from donations from left, right, and center, just to ensure that whatever we are doing is accomplished in time. Yes, I am not too old to be in front for you in everything developmental. I believe age is an asset. Particularly my age has been an asset. Apart from the fact that only God knows how long each person will live. Yes, I know youth has an advantage because it may have longevity on its side, but then it doesn't have the experience, it doesn't have the maturity that age confers. And Oyo at this time, having had a king who reigned for 50 plus years, for continuity, age will be an advantage for Oyo in particular. And of course, from history, Oyo kings are not chosen just because they are young. There was only one case where a young person was made Alaafin, and that is Olaiwola Lamidi Adeyemi. And we knew the circumstances that brought it about. A person had earlier been chosen, an older person, but destiny and the circumstances of history changed that, because God wanted him to be a pace setter in that direction. and God's will prevailed. But that doesn't become a model, because age matters when you become an Alaafin. Of course, Laiwola has been equipped by God because of his destiny. But there are not too many Laiwolas around that I know. But at least I know what I know about Oyo, and the needs of Oyo, the aspirations of Oyo, and how far we've gone, how far we've moved, and how far we need to move. And that's why I'm in the contest, just to help and to continue to help.